You guys want to see my video?
Welcome back to another story time with YaboiiJdub. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna fast forward you guys all the way up to middle school. It was right before Christmas break, 8th grade year. Middle school, we had a very cool teacher, Mr. T. I ain't gonna give his full name out. Mr. T was awesome, and it's not the Mr. T you're thinking of. His first name or his last name just started with a T, so I'm just gonna use Mr. T. All right. He always opened up the gym at 6 a.m. for anyone and everyone who wanted to go play basketball. Normally, as I was a basketball player on the team, and so were all the boys, we would go play basketball before school started. The only reason why I was on the 8th grade basketball team is because my best friend, who was the basketball captain, told the coach to put me on the team. But that's for another story. All right, we'll get into that later. All right, that's for another time. But yeah, let's get right into it. Khalil Midas and Ish were always with me, and I mean through elementary all the way up to middle school. We split because we had lived in different areas throughout the city, so we went to different high schools, but the bond still connected and stayed. So I'm very grateful for that. Me and Ish, after middle school, basketball in the morning. It was cold as shit. It was December, you know what I'm saying? We was out there. We was getting cold. We was ready to get in the first period. Our first period was band class. And band class was awesome. We loved band. We were in percussion. That means the drums, if anyone doesn't know by technical terms. Yes, I was a little drummer boy. Khalil Midas, drop that drum beat.
Khalil Midas beats.
But yeah, let's get right into it. Me, Ish, and Khalil Midas, we walk into first period band class, and the first thing we see in the corner of the room is the TV cart. And if you guys know, and you went to school, public school, if you ever saw the TV cart pull up in the room, you already know you're watching a movie, and you have a sub. One of the greatest feelings ever in the world. But with this sub, it was different. This sub was a Karen. It was terrible. We really wanted Mrs. A there, who was our band teacher, because we actually enjoyed playing and, playing music, listening to the music, vibing to the music. But we had this Karen of a sub today. And to start us out, she's like, okay, class, listen up. I'm woo. I don't even know and remember her name because that's how much I didn't like her. But she's like, we're going to watch Lion King. Everyone got hyped. We was like, yo, Lion King, yes, sir. But yeah, we was going to watch Lion King. And as we're watching Lion King, she said, well, before she puts it on, she said, while we're watching Lion King, I don't want to hear a single instrument being played. You guys can do your homework from the classes that are due today, but nothing is to be played. I want to hear the full movie. And everyone, as we are in band class, looked at her with a grain of salt and was like, what? Like, we almost felt insulted. Like, we're gonna tell us not to play our instruments? That's like telling Picasso not to paint. That's like telling Kobe not to hoop. That's like telling Babu not to edit, man.
This is serious.
But let's get right back into it. We was feeling some type of way. So, the movie starts, we're all chilling, and as normal, immature, 8th grade boys are, we was thinking, how can we mess with this Karen of a sub? Me, Midas, and Ish were like, all right, let's see who can hit the drum the loudest and get away with it. So, as naturally as we would, I went first. I went up to the drum. I had a big bass drum, and I hit it. Whack! And then I ran away, and I sat back in my chair. The whole class went quiet. Couple laughs, because we knew that she didn't want to hear nothing. And she's like, who did that? And we're over here sitting, and I'm like away from the bass drum, like maybe 3-4 feet away from it now. So it's good. I like inched away. It was perfect. And we're all just laughing. We're like, we don't know. It's like, whatever. She's like, if I hear another hit, I'm going to turn off Lion King, and we're not going to watch anything. So we're all just laughing. We're like, okay, whatever. Then next comes Midas. Midas goes up, and he starts crawling on the floor like an army man, dude, like in the boot camp. Goes up. He hits the drum and runs away. Sits back down. She looks over. She has the slowest reaction in the world. I don't even understand. But it was perfect because the drum blocked off where she could see us. So she really couldn't see who hit on the other side. It was absolutely perfectly planned. Good job, Midas. Good job, Ish. But let's get back into it. She went berserk. She was like, if I hear one more instrument, I'm turning off Lion King. And at this point, the whole class got mad at us because they knew what we were doing, and we were usually the class clowns, and we were doing it for fun, and it was hilarious. Seeing this sub just getting upset was so funny. But the whole class was looking at us and getting mad. And we had one more person to go. Ace rolls up. He grabs the thing, and he doesn't even hit it, bro. He grabs it, and he starts sitting down by the bass drum. He's about 4 feet away. He's between me and Midas, so he's in the middle. I'm next and closest to the drum. Midas is farthest. He grabs I forgot what it's called, but it's the stick, the drum stick. Bro doesn't even hit the drum. He chucks it at the bass drum.
Watch this.
Boom! And our Karen of a sub went nuts. It was so funny. She goes up, she turns off the Lion King, and she turns on the lights. She's like, look, if you guys can't respect me and you can't respect my one rule, I'm gonna turn off the movie. Blah, 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 blah. If no one's gonna own up to me, I'm not gonna turn it back off. So no one's gonna own up to it? Okay, fine. I'm gonna leave it off. She goes and sits back on her chair, and I'm not even joking, 30 seconds later,
A few moments later,
she gets bored of staring at her paper, which is the attendance sheet, which she completely forgot to take, hops herself right back up, and turns Lion King back on. Like, what? You made all of that big of a deal. We went through your whole soap opera of a moment, just for you to not even make your own point and turn the movie back on. Greatest part of it all is she didn't even get us in trouble. And she didn't even tell our teacher the next day. She said, the next day when Miss A came, and she was like, hey, how was the sub? Everyone looked around and was like, good. And she's like, yeah, I heard really good things from the sub too. I appreciate you guys for being a good class. You guys are awesome. What? But yeah, that concludes this story time with YaboiiJdub. Sorry. If this has reminded you of any Karen sub you've had or any middle school experience of your immaturity, share this with one of your friends. And if you haven't had one of those moments, you are lying, because everyone was immature in middle school. I can't talk anymore. That's the sign to end the video. I love you guys. Peace out.